What makes us a real reader? And why is it that the book community, of all places, is turning quite toxic? You may or may not have seen the recent controversy surrounding how people are consuming literature, whether that be that people are complaining because books are too long, too many words on pages, or people are just skim reading books. Today I want to talk to you about why this negativity needs to stop, the harm it can cause, and how we should be trying to build a more inclusive and supportive reading community. Before we get into it, I just want to say welcome. If you're new to this channel, my name's Tyrone. I'm just a regular 35-year-old bloke who loves reading books and encouraging people to talk about mental health. If you are returning, as always, thank you so much. You know, I love you to bits. To try and set the foundation to this video, the videos I'm talking about are there for all of you to see. You've probably already seen them, and if you haven't, you can quite easily search them online. But I'm not going to tag any specific pages or videos in this because it just goes against what I'm trying to encourage people to do. Now, a few young ladies decided to go online and take it upon themselves to share their own personal reading journey on their own personal pages, and other content creators with quite good followings took it upon themselves to use them videos as clickbait content to attack these young ladies. The young girls in question that posted these videos were merely just going online to share with their viewership that they're getting quite frustrated at how big some books are. I mean, I've got one here at the side of me, 750 pages, Iron Flame. She's a thick one. This young girl went on and just said, I don't understand why books are so big, why there's so many words on the pages. Another young lady went on and said that she likes to skim read some of her books. She doesn't read everything. Sometimes the world building and descriptive writing can get a bit much, so she skim reads it to try and get to the dialogue. For whatever reason, other large content creators saw this as an opportunity to jump on, I feel, a bit of a bandwagon and attack these creators. This obviously led to a bit of backlash because we know what social media is like. We've all got opinions and we love to share them. But some of the negative comments that these young girls face, I think personally, are quite disgusting. And I'm not going to read some of the vile comments out, and I'm not going to tag them on here because I don't want the people that have left the comments getting any hate online. But just some of the things. One person commented, they don't actually like to read. They want to look like someone who likes to read. It's all about appearance to them. And it's just comments like this that really, really frustrate me. Some of these creators may absolutely turn to social media as a way to feel like they fit in. And some people might start reading books to feel like they fit in. I turned to social media February this year because I was feeling suicidal and I needed a way to express creatively my love of books. And I absolutely did jump on a bandwagon at points and read certain books that maybe I wouldn't have been interested in otherwise to try and fit in, because I was trying to find a place where I belonged, a place where I felt like I fit in. I personally just think these kind of videos can discourage people from coming online and finding that creative outlet. Social media can be an absolutely fantastic place for a lot of people, and I think it can do people good when it comes to confidence building, learning how to build communities, meeting new people, but it can also ruin people's lives when there are just rotten trolls out there who are just trying to bring someone down to build them up. Creating content online it's already a vulnerable act. You're putting yourself out there for potentially millions of people to see. The last thing I think that we need is for creators to feel even more isolated than they already do. The most infuriating thing for me about these videos is frustratingly they really do well online, and a lot of the time they go viral, and it's because of the controversial nature of the videos. It then just perpetuates a cycle of negativity for other people to follow. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to read. I think all reading is valid. If someone wants to read shorter books, if someone wants to skim read passages in books, if someone is just a casual reader, I think it's still all valid. I personally just read for enjoyment. I don't care if it makes me more or less intelligent than the next person. I don't understand when it became a competition as to like who is the best reader. I truly believe that the reason that viewership and participation in reading is increased is because of things like BookTube and BookTok, and I just think we should be celebrating the fact that more people are coming into this art rather than trying to rip everyone down all the time. We should be encouraging people online to be honest about their own reading experience. And listen, the beauty of social media is that we get the power to curate exactly what content we see. But the problem is, if you see something like that and you don't enjoy the content, but you just want to engage negatively with it, just to bring them down, social media is going to think that you love that content. It's just going to keep pushing it your way. If someone's reading style doesn't resonate with yours, you can just move on. There's just no need, in my personal opinion, to criticise or attack. And before the people come in and they say, yeah, but when you put yourself out online, you're going to have to expect a little bit of backlash. I get that, I genuinely do, but I just feel like as people, we look at social media and real life as two completely separate things. If you were walking through Waterstones and someone were giving an opinion on a book, not in a million years would you ever jump in and tell them their opinion was wrong and that they're reading the wrong way, because you know it's rude. But online, I feel like we just feel like it's okay to just be rude to people. In my worst part of depression, I can honestly say some of the comments that I see that these young people are going through might push me over edge and made me do something irrational that I shouldn't have done. I get loads of messages from people, which baffles me because I don't understand how they come across my page. But a lot of people message me and say, Tyrone, I just want to say thank you. Because of you, I've picked up a book. I don't care if they've read a chapter of that book, whether they've annotated that book, whether they've finished it and get a 5-star review on Goodreads. The fact that they've picked up that book just brings me so much joy. And I feel like we should just be encouraging people to pick up books and just read for enjoyment rather than sit on the phones doom scrolling all the time, which is what we get trapped in. The internet and social media is an archive, and just as quickly as we can post a negative comment to someone and walk away and forget, that person might have to sit and look at that comment for weeks, months, years at a time. So I just think we should really be thinking more before we post. I am absolutely for different opinions online and sharing discourse of different opinions. I just think we need to do it respectfully, and sometimes we let emotions get the best of us. Content creators will go online, they get angry, they get frustrated that people don't think the way that they think, and they just go online and they just rant. And I think we just need to consider longer consequences of our actions. I know that some people are going to watch this and going to think, yeah, but people just need to get thick skin. I am quite a thick-skinned person. You can pretty much say anything you want to me online, and I'm just going to brush it off my shoulder. However, not everyone feels that way. As a dad of 3 kids, I'm always saying to my kids, look, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. I don't understand why, as adults, that same logic doesn't seem to stick. We seem to think we can say whatever we want online and there's going to be no consequences. We seem to think we can post whatever we want online and there'll be no consequences. And although there might be no consequences for you individually, that doesn't mean there's not going to be consequences for other people online. Before I wrap up this video, I want you to consider that the suicide rates of people under 25 has generally increased since 2018. However, the suicide rates for women between the age of 10 to 24 has significantly increased. And the reason I use them statistics is because generally there's a lot of younger women that come into BookTok and come into BookTube. You don't tend to see a lot of men. And you might say, well, Tyrone, that's crazy. It is crazy to think that we, posting negative comments online, can play a part in someone taking their own life. What I think is crazy is that people can post videos online for thousands, if not tens of thousands, 100,000s and millions of people to see and not consider that that could have such a negative impact in someone's life. So if I can leave you to think of anything before you leave me for the day, I just want you to remember that sticks and stones might break your bones and words bloody hurt too as well. At the end of the day, reading is personal, and I think we should just focus on what unites us, which is just a love of books, and just leave all the judgment behind. If you've got that much time to watch a video and dislike the person that much that you feel the need to make your own video about said person, I just feel like the issue may be with you and not with them, and you probably need to just go outside and touch some grass.